Hello, Amy Elizabeth, somatic and intuitive healer here. I am coming in today with kind of some behind the ball catch up to do around what we're working on with Women's Circle this month. If you're not in Women's Circle, you can absolutely participate and get something out of this video. For those of you that are in Women's Circle, this is part of your support for the month. So we are working with Sirius, which is a fixed star. It's actually its own solar system. And while there are theories among the astrological community that it is our sun's twin, because suns have twins, the astronomical, the astronomy facts around it are that it's not. It and our sun are not co-revolving around a gravitational point. In fact, Sirius itself, the Sirius that we can see, Sirius A, is about twice as big as our sun, and it is rotating around a gravity point with Sirius B and Sirius C, and we can't see Sirius B because it's in the white dwarf stage. And I feel like I've talked about this, but the thing I want to bring in about this is we're working with Sirius this month, women, because it's considered our spiritual sun. It is this higher calling to our souls. And with the Lion's Gate that opened on July 26th and closed on August 12th, it is this return of sovereignty. It is the reclamation of any level of handing out our power, which is really giving away our personal responsibility to anyone outside of ourselves. And what happened on the 11th and the 12th of August, so Friday and Saturday of last week, is that Mercury, the messenger of the gods, is home in Virgo, traveling through Virgo, and sextiled Sirius over in Cancer. Now, for anybody born before November 9th of 1992, Sirius was at 13 degrees of Cancer. Now, if you were born on or after November 9th of 1992, Sirius moved to 14 degrees of Cancer. The reason for this is that Sirius, the system, is actually moving toward our system. So when you look at a natal chart, it's not moving with the nodes and the planets of our system, the asteroids that I normally work with. This is its own system. So it's considered a fixed star. It stays in one place when we look at a birth chart, or relatively stays in one place. Because as I just mentioned, on November 9th of 1992, it moved from 13 degrees of Cancer to 14 degrees of Cancer. So if you're familiar with your chart, you can look at it and see what's at 13 degrees of Cancer, or Capricorn, or Aries, or Libra. Those are the cardinal signs that will give you your squares or your oppositions. But what we're looking at today is the sextile it produced with Mercury on the 11th and 12th of August. Now, a sextile it holds the nature of Venus. It's about relationship. It's about two entities, two energies working towards the same thing. So in this case, we have Mercury, the messenger. He is zipping around, doing the things. He is in charge, especially in Virgo, of curating information. And we have Sirius, this spiritual sun. So these are our two energies. These are our two players. And they're working toward the same goal. That is a sextile. They're in relationship, working towards the same goal. A sextile, if you want to look at your chart, is 60 degrees of separation. So Mercury was at 14 degrees of Virgo, which is 60 degrees away from 14 degrees of Cancer. And as I've said, Mercury is curating. Mercury's in Virgo. It's gathering the information. It's looking at the pieces. And per divine messaging, it's going to come to us in bits and pieces. It is not going to come to us in a manifesto. That is extremely rare. And if we're walking a journey and we're walking the journey of learning and self-improvement and self-responsibility and the reclamation of sovereignty, which is really what true spirituality is reclaiming our sovereignty and reclaiming our responsibility for how we live our lives. It is not farming it out. It is not saying, well, God did this, or God did that, or God blessed me this way, or God moved through shit this way. No, that is farming out your power. This is a calling in. Wow, I screwed up there. Well, I really gave it all I had, and magic happened because I showed up fully, because I stood in my center and brought all of me to the game. So Mercury is in there gathering the messages. What do you need to do to bring all of you to this game of life? And it is a game. It is important. It is vitally important because we showed up here for a reason. If it wasn't important, if it didn't matter, we wouldn't be here. Because why bother showing up? And to play and to have fun and to be in a game is important. It is part of what we are learning. We're learning the process of being. We're human beings. We're learning the process of being here in our fabulous meat suits. And chances are good you maybe received a lot of messages. Maybe they didn't make sense, but they were messages that showed up on Friday and Saturday of last week. And they were of a spiritual nature about who you want to be and what you want to bring, about what your responsibility is and how you can better show up in all of your shadow and all of your light. Now, Mercury is a speedy guy. So this is one of those things that because he is moving at top speed right now, he was kind of in there and out of there. An aspect I'm going to talk about later in the week for support for my Women's Circle loves is something that has actually been in play already. We've been seeing it. It goes exact on Friday, and I will touch in with you about it there. If you feel called to join us for Women's Circle, I am still sending out reports. You are still welcome. We gather live on Zoom on the 26th, and I would love to have you there. Reach out, follow my website, click on the link, click on my guide information, and we'll get you there. So, great big fierce love. Be paying attention to your messages. Sirius is here and just shining light on us. The portal may be closed, but now is a time for harvesting.